motherfucker, Thug Nation alert. Keep his name on the streets till you lay in the dirt.
I couldn't put in the bar. I had two double Glocks on me.
I just seen him every time I saw him. He was into some shit, niggas up, doing some crazy shit. It was wild. The way I met him, I was in a rap cypher in Atlanta with Wu-Tang and a bunch of artists that came around that time. And a nigga walked up with a red bandana with two guns out. And I didn't know, none of us knew who it was. And he was like, yo, what's up, crack? And I was like, looking at him, I was like, all right, what's up? Who you? And then when he pulled his shit down, it was Tupac.
I gotta send a little tribute to Tupac, and then I want these blocks with my 2 Glocks.
Only Gab can do it like this. Yo, YouTube, what up? It's your homie Gab, I'm in the building. And this is MAKAVELI Media. Yo, I had to do a video on Mr. 2 Glocks. A lot of people don't know that was one of Tupac's aliases that he gave himself. Now, this video here took me back to when I was talking to my homeboy Majesty from the Live Squad, and he talked about Tupac carrying 2 Glocks. He called them the twins, right? The twin Glocks. So recently, Fat Joe did somewhat of an interview, and he was talking about Mr. 2 Glocks. Tupac Shakur. Now, it's funny because every time I hear Fat Joe do an interview and somebody brings up Tupac, he always talks about how wild Tupac was. Just wild and crazy moments, Pac fighting, Pac wilding out. And that's crazy because Fat Joe ain't no joke himself. Fat Joe is legendary for what he do in the streets. Some people think it's a game. Some of y'all might remember the lean back Fat Joe and all of that. Fat Joe been around for a long time, and his name ring bells in the streets. Straight up. South Bronx. Terror Squad representative. Yes, sir. He's official. He's a problem. And all he wants to talk about is how much of a problem Tupac was. When a lot of people call Pac the fake thug and fake gangster, it's funny because the real thugs and gangsters all acknowledge Tupac for being one. Pac was running wild, man. Pac needed to chill out, straight up. He was a wild boy. That's a fact. In this interview right here, Fat Joe was saying the very first time he met Tupac. Now, you got to listen to the people involved. The very first time you ever met Tupac, or should I say Mr. 2 Glocks, he was in a cypher in Atlanta with the Wu-Tang Clan. Some more thorough dudes. Shaolin. Some more guys that's not to be played with. It's Alphabet Boy Files on Wu-Tang Clan. It's thick as a yellow book or the yellow pages. So you got 2 reputable crews, Terror Squad and Wu-Tang, engaged in a freestyle. And he said an individual masked up with a red bandana came through packing 2 sticks. So just imagine, I don't know if y'all ever been in a cypher, but most cyphers take place outside. It can happen anywhere. But if you're outside in a cypher, nobody thinking like that. You just rhyming, everybody's in a circle. And somebody walks up, red bandana, 2 burners. I know they was like, yo, what's going on? They about to get robbed. It's about to be a hit. What's poppin'? Who will roll up on us like this? So I know they all was surprised. The element of surprise is at work here. I know everybody's surprised, like, yo, what's about to go down? And the guy removes the bandana, and it's Tupac. He said, Pac greeted him, "What up, crack?" Who that? Pulled his bandana down, Tupac. Now I know Pac didn't know Wu-Tang like that at the time, or Fat Joe like that at the time. And they could have took that any kind of way. They might have been strapped. What if one of them pulled their strap while Pac, rolling up on them like that, and it could have been a problem. The thing was, Tupac didn't care. He didn't care if they got offended or what have you. That's how he rolled up on the cypher. Yeah, with Wu-Tang Clan and the Terror Squad in the building. And I didn't hear him say he was with anybody else. I'm taking it as if Pac rolled up on them by himself like that. That's how he came through. Legendary. Legendary. Fat Joe told a story one time how Pac used to pound out bootleggers, guys that was selling their music, on the streets and not, giving them any of the proceeds. Bootlegging still go on, but, it's done under a different name. Fat Joe talked about Pac beating up the bootleggers and taking the CDs and T-shirts and what have you. He just got tons of stories about Tupac, but it's always that type of energy. So, yes, I would say Fat Joe was impressed by, Pac's thug nature. Yeah, that would be a good way to, to sum that up. I mean, I just wonder what members of Wu-Tang was out there when that happened. I wonder what was going through everybody's mind. Like, did yo just roll up on us like that? You know what I mean? I wonder, what the conversation was like at the left. Some people was like, yo, you can't be playing like that, yo. They ain't saying in front of them. But they probably, that conversation happened. Come on now. Roll up on us like that. I didn't know who he was. I would have did this. I would have done that. And the fact Fat Joe still remembered that is classic. It was a brief but classic story, but it gave you an in-depth look into the way Tupac was rolling. That's how Pac was getting down, man. Coming through, moving like that. Yes. But it would be one thing if Pac was just flexing. Walking around showing off the twins. But see, the thing was, everybody know the twins bust. You know what I mean? They know the twins bust at this point in time. So, it ain't like he just walk around flexing. Yeah. The twins bust. I mean, this had to be one hell of a first impression. I mean, this is the first time Fat Joe ever meets Tupac. And this is how he meets him. Mr. Two Glocks. The funny part about all of this is that they didn't know that was Tupac. But Tupac knew that was them. He rolled up on them like that for a reason. I think he was sending a message. You know what I mean? Pac was calculated. He knew that was Fat Joe. He knew that was Wu-Tang. But he wanted to roll up a certain kind of way. I don't think he meant no disrespect. He just wanted to let him know. Know what I mean? Oh, yeah, shout-outs to the homie Greg Nice, man. Greg Nice was saying that Tupac wanted Fat Joe to be on that One Nation album. So, apparently Pac had a lot of respect for Fat Joe as well. So that worked both ways, Joe had respect for Pac, and Pac definitely had respect for Fat Joe. Yeah. But, I don't think Tupac meant any harm when he came through like that, through the cypher. That's just how he was moving at the time, And you hear stories of, him and Onyx at the Source Awards, letting off in the parking lot, just having fun, with the sticks. That's how Pac was moving, man. I mean, Any and everybody that know Tupac tell you Pac like to travel with the iron. That was his thing. He had the the strap for the logo. Look at the first logos on Tupacalypse Now. It was the number 2, the name Pac, and the strap. That's what it was. Mr. Two Glocks. Man. Well, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's been a pleasure as always. This is MAKAVELI Media. Don't forget to sub to the channel. I'm your homie Gab. I'm signing off. I'm about to hit y'all with the peace.
I'm gonna send a little tribute to Tupac, and then I want these blocks with my 2 Glocks.